Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, sir, yes, sir. Back in the building, y'all. We here. Episode number 110. I tried to say it like 10 Crack Commandments, but
Oh, I thought you just forgot. My bad.
nah, man. This is the No Pyro podcast. My name is Total Mac in the building on this wonderful Tuesday. Lots to talk about. Very excited. Joining me as always, first, my man Swervy Lee, aka Two Sub Swerve, aka Swervy Atmos, FKA Yoko Tuna, aka Swollen Pal, aka He'll Talk You Off a Ledge. How you doing?
What's that?
You know what legend is, bro. You know, it's that TCL edge.
Oh yeah. Thank God.
That
Thank God it came back.
Yeah, that element ledge. That ledge.
Listen, it ain't nothing that some wings and a sit down can't handle.
Come on, man. Therapy session, man. We'll get to that AK in a second. But lastly, of course, as always, No Chill Drew, aka EGB, aka the Applebee's Don, aka
Oh, yeah.
oh shit, what was that? A can of Surge?
Close. Mountain Dew. I wish it was Surge. It would be fitting.
Hey, what was that stuff that Snoop Dogg was advertising for a minute?
Hot?
Nah, it was like a lime drink.
Was it Sierra Mist?
Nah, I don't feel like it was something new. But it was just like that. I mean, it was pretty much, one of them.
Was it Cripocola?
Pimpa-Cola?
Crip-a-Cola.
No, I don't think it was that. I don't know. I'll look it up. I can't think of what it was right now.
Okay, I got you. So just going back to the AKA. So we all know we talked about this. We're three gamers. We game a lot. Some more than others. Some while on the podcast. Some have been accused of gaming while on the podcast. And let the record show, Drew, they weren't gaming. Anyway.
Wow.
You got to get a system. You got to get a good TV to go with it. So a couple of unforeseen events have caused me to stray away from my plan of getting a TV. And I was going to get a lesser TV that just didn't have the bells and whistles, but it also didn't have the price tag. So after a sit down with Swerve over the weekend, him and I had some wings and things, balls, and we talked about the best TV route to go. So I have decided on the television, and I'm happy we had the conversation. I'm happy because let me tell you, I would have been sitting at home saying, "Wow, this is cool," but damn, what if? Now I ain't want to have to do that.
Monumental moment, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause.
So thank you, sir. Before we get into some wrestling this week, Drew, are you familiar with NVIDIA?
Yes. Yeah, a little bit.
Did you hear about what they announced today?
Was it a new gaming system?
You could say that.
Okay. I mean, it can't be worse than Google Stadia, so.
Yeah, no. It's like their new GPU system. Oh my goodness. I mean, you'd have to combine probably 3 Xboxes and 3 PlayStations to get what you're gonna get with this. And this is why when I play Gears of War, I have to turn off the PC setting because it's unfair. And just watching today and hearing the specs, hearing all these teraflops, hearing all this RAM, all this hard drive space. Oh my God. They announced, what was it, 3?
Yeah, man, it might have been 3, but look, the most important thing I took away from that was 8K 60 and ray tracing is gonna be standard with those things, but it's gonna come at a pretty penny.
Yeah. Yep.
So here's my problem, and I'm sure that you guys are going to disagree with me, but here's my problem with that. You could tell me all the bells and whistles on this thing that you want. You can tell me that it's got ray tracing, it's got 5K, it's got it comes out and jerks you off when you pause it, all this stuff.
Oh, I love that.
But until you show me the games on this thing, all you're doing is repitching the Atari Jaguar.
You about to earn a new AKA, man, because your takes are very obscure. What Atari Jaguar? What is it? 89?
Have you? Well, actually, it was like early '90s, but they did a commercial. Okay, for those of you who do not know what the Atari Jaguar is, this is around the time they had the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo. The Atari Jaguar hyped itself on being the most powerful game system in the world because it had 64 bits. Everything else was 16 bits or 18 bits. We have 64 bits.
Well, Drew,
Shit's real.
This isn't the same. This is not a system. This was just a component of a PC. And at least for me, the only reason it was worth bringing up is just to show how far behind gaming consoles are still going to be.
Oh, okay. If it's just like a graphics card, I thought this was like a system. My bad. I thought it was an actual console.
Just a GPU, bro. Just a GPU.
Oh. Oh, in that case, if it's PC gaming, I'm gonna fuck with that.
Oh yeah, $1,500 for the best one. I think it is.
I mean, if it falls off a truck, I'll fuck with it.
You're gonna need a lot more of that to fall off.
Right.
Sorry, y'all. Retribution just rolled by. If you heard that.
Yeah, we did.
That's actually, it fell off the truck. That's what you heard.
Yeah, so talk to some schlep at Best Buy. He said this week pre-orders are going up. I'm sitting here twirling, staring at the wind, and I don't believe him. So I'm just gonna keep waiting. But yeah, day one purchase could be in order here.
And the best content that you're gonna be able to watch on that brand new GPU?
Yeah,
Cobra Kai, streaming on Netflix.
They showed two things. So one, Call of Duty is going to be on there day one, and oh man,
Yeah. So if you got about $8,000, like this is for you.
Yeah. If you build your own PCs and you go ahead and get fancy, this definitely is for you. Secondly, the guy goes, I forgot his name. He goes, we invited people to test out the GPU on a computer and test out its 8K capability. I thought it was 8K 120. Maybe it's 8K 60.
The fuck you mean they're inviting people like they fucking made it? This guy's probably full of shit.
No, they're from NVIDIA, bro. Today was their thing. Today was their...
Oh, my bad. I thought you were still talking about your guy at Best Buy.
No. No. So they invited some people out to wherever they were located. I think it was 4 people. And he said, I apologize, we can't show you the video of the actual game because it's at 8K and this video won't produce 8K content yet. So everyone is just like, oh my God, holy shit. Oh my God, can you believe how great this looks? And da. And I'm just like, half the country isn't even ready for 4K. We're already on 8K. I'm ready. I'm ready to get on it.
I still got a Galaxy S8.
Well, yeah, you like 12 behind, bro. So I'm ready. We'll see what this Xbox and Sony does, but
hey,
be that.
I'm 4K all right. I'm 4 numbers, 1080.
All right, man. Maybe we could play Battlegrounds on NVIDIA with Jerry Lawler commentating.
I don't think that we're ready to see that in 4K, much less 8K.
Oh man! All right.
Speaking of watching things, we recently finished McMillions on HBO. Have you gotten a chance to see that?
Yes, I have.
What'd you think?
Pretty damn good.
Oof. I'm like, man, I understand this is supposed to be like, wow, these guys are scumbags. But I'm kind of like sitting here going, man, if I could fucking, do something like this, I would fucking do it in a heartbeat.
Here's the problem, Drew. 2 things. One, 98% of those people were idiots.
Yeah.
And secondly, 100% of those people lived in Florida. Like,
yeah. Which really goes to show how easy it is to get away with
it. Right. Oh, man. I'm just like, the part, not to give anything away, but when they were taking pictures, because they were going on a trip, the all expense paid trip for all the winners, I was just like, come on, man. Thumbs up. You got to know something's fishy.
And I'm not going to give anything away, but I'm just going to say the way they got caught, realistically, that just goes to show how easy it is to get away with it. Because right. They would have never caught him if it wasn't just for some fuckface.
Yep. Well, if you have HBO, check it out. Or if you're a Somali pirate and you want to go ahead and check it out that way, go right ahead. We're all about laughs on this podcast, but certain days we have to bring it back to reality and talk about some not so good things. So, Drew, handing it off to you, bro.
Why am I always the one who has to do these?
I don't know, man. You're great at it.
You be trying to do it. Like, you bring it up and like, nah, I'm announcing this. Nah, I want this one. And
all right, well, so we had 2 deaths. First one that took place this week was Bullet Bob Armstrong. He was pro wrestler, Hall of Famer, well known in the Mid-South and Georgia Championship Wrestling days. Entered the WWE Hall of Fame in 2011. He's kind of like the Stu Hart of down south, where he had a bunch of sons who all became pro wrestlers. The most famous of his sons, Brian Armstrong, aka Road Dogg, worked in WWE and still works at WWE. But yeah, Bullet Bob, he won a lot of tag championships in NWA and Georgia Championship, Mid-South, basically the territories before they became WCW. He was a manager for his sons at a time in WCW. And he had passed away. He was, 80 years old. He passed away of bone cancer.
Yeah.
And then another one who had passed away, not wrestling related, but obviously, no secret to anyone unless you live under a rock. Chadwick Boseman had passed away late last week. Actor in Hollywood. Black Panther, was it 42? The one about Jesse Robinson?
Yeah. 42 is the number.
Jackie, bro, who the fuck is Jesse?
Did I say Jesse Robinson?
Yeah, you did.
Jackie Robinson. Dude, it's been a long fucking day, man.
Yeah, schmuck.
I was so worried about getting the number wrong, I got the first name wrong. What the fuck is wrong with me?
I don't know. Those ham and eggers out of this conversation.
Hey, We're going to have ham and eggers throughout the entire episode. So deal with it.
All right. But no, yeah, Jackie Robinson, yeah, 42. Also, a little local connection. He was in a movie, Marshall, Thurgood Marshall, that was filmed locally here as well.
He did a lot of biopics, I noticed. A lot of them.
James Brown, Get On Up. Yeah.
He also had one on Netflix called The Five Bloods. I think that was the most recent.
Yeah, directed by Spike Lee. I've been meaning to watch that for the past couple months. I didn't watch it yet, but I heard amazing about it.
It's kind of sad when you think about this, but before that, I wasn't thinking about that, obviously. But when I watched it, I was like, damn, But yeah,
Yeah, you could definitely tell in his later months that he was definitely sickly. I didn't even know he had cancer until he passed away.
Yeah, but man, he was a worker. He kept working. He didn't let the diagnosis, plague him, at least to the public. No one knew on the outside. He had been an inspiration to millions of people. Huge loss. I mean, this one definitely rattled a lot of us. So, rest in power to Mr. Pose, man.
yes, sir.
Did you want to move into our recaps then?
Yeah. Go ahead and do that.
Yeah. So we'll start off with AEW Dynamite. We start off with the tag team gauntlet match. What it is it starts off with the number 4 contenders, Natural Nightmares, and the number 3 contender, Young Bucks. Whoever wins that immediately faces number 2 contender, Best Friends. Whoever wins that immediately faces FTR, the number 1 contenders. Whoever wins will get a title shot against Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. So the Young Bucks get the first fall. I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, nothing. That was a long pause, so I was just going to fill it with some BS. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, the Young Bucks got the first win against the Natural Nightmares. Best Friends showed up. Young Bucks had set up the Melter driver, but Hangman Page actually showed up out of nowhere and held Nick's leg, not allowing him to get Trent. Therefore, the Best Friends actually got the roll up and the win over the Young Bucks. Commentary team was very baffled by Adam Page's motivation, seeing as how they were all friends.
What's the name of their finisher? The Meltzer driver?
Yes.
I guess there's the jokes there somewhere. Perhaps it's already been said, huh?
Yeah, it's basically about Dave Meltzer.
Oh, okay.
Who say that?
And then that's the one that they do the flip into the pile driver. If they don't do a flip, it's the Indie Taker.
They should name it 0 Stars or something like that. Something crazy.
Later on, it was basically just, a squash. FTR did get the win. So they are going to be facing Kenny Omega and Hangman Page for their World Tag Team titles.
That's at the next, what's the name, right?
Yes, at the pay-per-view, All Out.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to change hands then. Go ahead.
So later on the show, the Young Bucks do kick Adam Hangman Page out of the Elite because of the way that he's been acting, the drunkenness, and now cost them their match. They're just done with him. They've kicked him out of their group. You can't sit with us anymore. Let's move on. You asked for it, Mac. You called it. Here it is. Your ham and your eggs. We got Lance Archer against Jesse Robinson. I mean, Sean Maluta.
Even worse of a name.
After the match, Jake Roberts put Archer over as a fan favorite in the Casino Battle Royal, only for Taz to interrupt him. Then Darby Allin showed up, attacking Ricky Starks. This brawled into the locker room. Meanwhile, Roberts and Taz had to separate Lance Archer and Brian Cage, while the crowd chanted, "Let them fight." I will mention that they let 600 people, 600 fans into the building for the show.
Okay.
Side note is actually before the show started, somebody took a video on their phone of Tony Khan addressing the crowd, thanking them for showing back up, but basically reminding them, listen, we have zero tolerance. You got to keep your mask on. If it comes off, you're out. He also asked that the fans don't chant any swear words, have fun, be a hot crowd, try to keep the cursing down, and keep your mask on.
What if the match breaks during some intense cheering, like how a condom break during sex?
Oh, God. Then you got to get out. They will pull you out.
You can't throw another hat on?
I mean, you got another hat. Then we have the contract signing between John Moxley and MJF for their all-out title match. MJF's attorney reminded the title holder that the contract called for no paradigm shift finisher in the match. After some back and forth, MJF touted his abilities as a wrestler and claimed he would not fall into the same traps that Moxley's other opponents fell into, and that he wouldn't be suckered into a brawl because he's a pro wrestling prodigy. MJF vowed to become AEW champion, reiterating that they deserve better. And then he says, besides, if you need the paradigm shift to beat me, maybe you should tell your hot little wife that I'm single, is something that he said. So that's kind of like alluding to her showing up. So you have that to look forward to.
Okay, so how crazy or dope or whatever would this be if she does show up, but she is on MJF's side?
Yep. That'd be pretty crazy. Moxley then said he doesn't need the paradigm shift, but he would like to dump his opponent on his head and neck because he just doesn't like him. Nothing you say matters. Nothing I sign matters. On September 5th, you're a dead man, he says. The heel and his team celebrated, only to find out Moxley added a stipulation on page 17. Next week, the champion versus MJF's attorney. If the lawyer doesn't show up, MJF loses his title shot. So John Moxley's going to be fighting MJF's attorney next week.
He doesn't even have a name?
No, he's just the attorney.
It's not Wardlow on the low?
I mean, they'll probably give him a name, but...
Jesse Robinson.
Man, if they make it Jesse Robinson, they're listening to our podcast. One thing I did point out about Renee Young, I know that they mentioned her in this promo. She had mentioned on her farewell that it was time to roll the dice again. I know that's the expression of betting on yourself, but AEW's pay-per-view is casino themed, so something to think about.
All of the family, huh? Mr. Ambrose, a.k.a. Mr. Moxley, taking wifey over there with him.
Pretty much. 8-man tag team match in 8-man tag team match up next. One of which is featuring Total Mac's favorite wrestler in AEW. So we have Lucha Brothers. What's that?
Sunny Kiss?
Yep. We got Lucha Brothers and Butcher and the Blade. We got Lucha Brothers, the Butcher and the Blade with Eddie Kingston versus Sunny Kiss, Joey Janela, Griff Garrison, and Brian Pillman Jr. This match was one-sided, to say the least. Lucha Brothers, Butcher and Blade got the win. It wasn't. I mean, there was a little bit of a babyface comeback, but yeah, the heels whooped that ass.
Incredible.
Next thing that we have, what's that?
I didn't know. Never mind. Keep going. Never mind.
Next thing that we had was Brody Lee celebrates his TNT Championship victory. After an introduction from a more animated Dark Order than we normally see, Brody Lee makes his triumphant entrance. He declared the Open Challenge Series dead and vowed that Cody would never again get his title. He then ordered Dark Order silenced and introduced Anna Jay as the newest member of the family, number 99 and Queenslayer. Brody Lee then slapped an overzealous John Silver and claimed no one could touch him because he did pat him on the back. This brought Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall to the ring, only to be beaten down and dismissed by the Dark Order. Scorpio Sky hit the ring and cleared the ring of the minions, only to be slapped by Jay and laid out by Brody Lee. Matt Cardona then arrived and joined the other baby faces in sending the Dark Order packing, and he stood tall along with Lee alongside them as Lee and company retreated. It was pretty good. It looked like they were just getting Scorpio Sky versus Brody Lee to look like a good match to have, but overall he's still doing his Vince McMahon gimmick.
Was that the end of AEW?
No.
Oh.
Matt,
We then have,
go ahead.
we then have handicap match.
Well, hold on, Drew.
What? That's why I asked. What's going on? Didn't say anything.
Matt Cardona, you are a piece of lint on a cock, bro.
Wait, what?
He's a D rider. He's a D rider. You're in AEW doing what? More jobber work?
He's carrying Cody's jock.
Clearly, that's what he does. You weren't wrestling, or in WWE, you had Intercontinental Championship. You had woo woo woo. I mean, the gimmick was shit, but you're getting paid for doing nothing. So now you come here, and you thought your character or you thought your persona was going to get amplified, and it's not. You're a handler. That's all you are. You're like the generic version of J&J Security.
Damn, he said the generic version of J&J Security.
Am I wrong?
I mean, they already was generic.
No, this is worse than that. It's like the Family Dollar version. I just don't. I don't get why when he first appeared, it was this big reverence for him.
Because he was jacked.
Yeah, but still, what's the purpose here? Jake Hagar, where are you?
Oh, he's with the Inner Circle.
He's waiting his turn.
Yeah, but what is he doing?
With the Inner Circle.
I thought he was going to be the next one up. And this is my issue when these WWE transplants come over. It's like, okay, I don't know if they were promised the moon at AEW, but they're getting the backside of somebody. They're not getting the moon. And I don't know what it's all for. There's 2 championships in AEW. Singles. The main one and the TNT championship. What are we doing here? What significant role does Matt Cardona play that warranted his debut being whatever it was?
I mean, not everyone's going to compete for a belt, though.
Right, but what is he doing? What is his purpose?
Well, mind you, he's not fully signed. He's on a night-to-night basis.
He only signed his first name? Like, what does that mean?
No, he's on a night-to-night basis. He's not like, a contracted wrestler. He wrestles there night to night. So, I mean,
he's still the unproven harlot that has to prove herself?
Well, I don't think that he wanted to sign a full deal. I think that he just wanted to like test the waters a little bit.
He's one of those guys who will end up right back home, right back hugging Vince.
He thought the mat was softer on the other side?
Yeah, exactly. He'll be one of those guys. And, it's just very disheartening when, you have a guy like Matt Cardona who could have been something, but instead he's just another nobody, a cock grabber. That's all he is.
So the next match that we had was a handicap match. Big Swole taking on Britt Baker, Reba, and Penelope Ford. If Big Swole gets the win, she gets a match one-on-one with Britt Baker. Obviously, Baker's not going to be in the driver's seat of this match. She's going to be like hanging back, letting the other two kind of do the work for her. But Swole whoops that ass and gets the win, pinning Penelope Ford. After the match, the Anna Jay is speaking with her tag team partner, Tainara Conti. She was a woman that she was tagging with during that tag team tournament and trying to invite her into the Dark Order. They embrace. She seems like conflicted on what to do. It looks like she may be planning on joining. And then the main event. What year is it? Is it 1999? Because Matt Hardy's in the main event. Matt Hardy, Sammy Guevara in a tables match.
Damn, I was hoping you was going to say Brian Cage.
Yeah. A great deal of the bout took place during the commercial breaks, which is something. Hardy did eventually bust open Sammy Guevara. Back from the timeout, Hardy missed a dive that ended with him crashing through a table. As the commentary team reminded viewers that a competitor can only win by throwing their opponent through a table, not by going through one himself. Late in the match, Hardy produced a table that read deleted and sought to put Sammy through it. Hardy then appeared dazed from a head bump earlier, and Guevara took advantage, driving him through the table. In the closing moments of the show, Orange Cassidy came from out of nowhere, jumping Chris Jericho at the announce table and engaging Chris Jericho in a pull-apart brawl to close out the broadcast. Obviously, they used this to kind of push Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy's feud. This match was definitely it was definitely not the highlight of the main event. It was the Mickey James, if you will, of the show.
Look, I know AEW fans are going to kill me right now, but this particular format that they use, it only works when you have enough stars, and they just don't.
Wait, is Swervy shitting on something right now? Should I call the presses?
Hey, listen, man, I took my diaper off.
Oh my God.
No, but I'm just saying, like, they don't have enough, bright stars to kind of put. I mean, I don't know if they're trying to build. I don't know if like Sammy is the face guy, well, not the face guy. He's the heel guy. That would be sort of in the heel guy. That would be sort of in like Orange Cassidy's position on the other side of the spectrum. Like, would you say that?
I don't know about that. I don't know if he's ready yet.
There. I'm just saying. Do you think they want him to be there, or should he be? Like, what do you?
Eventually, but I don't think that he'd be there yet.
Because I just think that's an odd main event match, not the match itself, but the competitors.
Yeah, I don't know if he would be there yet, but I know that they would eventually like him to be there.
Okay, so you think he's one of the ones that they kind of want in the midst of all the fluff, they want to stand out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm.
that's it for Dynamite.
I was gonna say. With Sam, uh, with Sammy Guevara, right? He's real interesting. Like, I want to keep him heel. I don't want to turn him face, but I want to see him in the ring with somebody like MJF because I just know it will be money. Or I don't know where I'm going with this, but I like Sammy Guevara. I do. I just think he's got a couple more. Well, no, maybe like a year and change of development before he gets to being the superstar that can be the longest reigning AEW champion. Because right now it's Jericho,
Yeah.
but I don't know if that means he'll break free from that faction with Jericho in order to do that. But the only way to break free from it because they're all heel with him being face. I don't want to turn him face though.
I think in a couple of years you'll see maybe that happen, but right now I think that it's good to build him as a heel.
Yeah, I mean he's obviously got the best potential out of everybody in the group. He's the Randy Orton to Jericho's Triple H, if you want to say that.
Oh yeah.
I just don't want because I know it's coming. I just don't know when. But I don't want them to put him face because if he's face, I think that could ruin him.
Especially if they do it too soon.
Right. Right. Matt Hardy, you know how I feel about him. I have two shits to care about him.
I mean, if you ask me, AEW has 100 faces already. They need more heels, or at least more credible ones.
Yeah. No, I
Well,
agree with that.
you would say who's their best heel? Jericho?
That or MJF.
It's so weird that I don't even count Jericho in that list. I mean, I know he's with the Inner Circle, but yeah, I mean, it might be what Drew said. It might have to go to MJF because he's the one that gets the. He just the only thing he don't have is the championship.
Yeah.
When it comes to that part of the, you know, everything you need to be healed. Um,
Package.
Brody don't have it. He's got the championship, but he doesn't have the other part. You know what I'm saying? And
Are they making Brody the proverbial big guy heel? Because I feel like that's possibly what's happening.
I feel like it, yeah.
I think he could be a dastardly heel. Like I feel like again, he comes from that Bray Wyatt school of promoing. He could be that.
I mean, right now, Lance Archer's kind of forgettable. And then, I mean, you could pretty much just take everybody behind Jericho and just lump them into one. Um, I don't know if Pac is there, but he was a heel, right? But he's not been around.
Yeah, he's still in England. He really can't travel because of COVID.
Yeah, and even when he was active, he wasn't like big on the in your face. Um, and no cage. So yeah, I mean it's pretty sparse.
So are they going to turn Page? Not Page. Yeah, Page a heel.
It looks like they're. It looks like what they're doing is they're teasing to make Kenny the heel almost like Kenny is almost teasing the heel almost like he's pulling the strings of Page. That's kind of why he looks like he's almost like coming apart, is because he's almost being bullied into doing some of this shit by Kenny.
So we should get Kenny and Hangman at All Out then.
Well, no, they're defending their tag titles.
Damn.
They're gonna go the Sasha and Bailey route.
I wish they were like defending it on this week's AEW on Dynamite. That's a headliner type of match right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you want to pull up SmackDown?
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but holy shit, I can't wait till we get to SmackDown. Are you pulling it up, Drew, or you want me to do it?
I asked if you were pulling it up. Did you want me to pull it up?
I got it. All right, so show opens up with he's like an omelet, a ham and omelet, Adam Pearce, because he's got a suit on, and he's one of Vince's guys, so he's getting instructions backstage about the whole Roman, Braun, and Bray thing. So that's how the show kicked off. Contract signing night, 2 days before the pay-per-view. We'll get to that in a little bit. Show opened up with AJ Styles. Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura. So apparently Shinsuke won the IC championship as he beat AJ with a knee brace. So these two are back at it. The match happened where I guess Jeff Hardy hurt his knee while hitting the Whisper in the Wind. And then Nakamura recovered and hit him with a suplex and a diving knee for a near fall. Twist of Fate and Swanton Bomb caused Jeff to get the victory and retain the championship. So remember, opening of this podcast, we talked about Swerve and I going out to get wings. Well, we came back to the crib, put SmackDown on. It was a segment with Shinsuke, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn. Apparently, Sami Zayn came out with his own Intercontinental Championship and complained he was the rightful champion. He then hit Jeff Hardy with a haluva kick, and AJ Styles sat there and watched with a smile. So when Swerve and I picked it up, they were in the back talking, and Sammy had his IC championship over his shoulder. I said, when the hell did he become IC champion? Because he's been gone for a long time. Swerve said the same thing. So we were very confused.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're doing the Cena CM Punk route, where he went away, came back, and says, no, I never lost this.
Pretty much. I didn't see the opener in the SmackDown. So when he was on TV, I said, this doesn't look right.
Yeah, he came back and basically declared himself Intercontinental Champion because he never lost it.
Right. So, I mean, that was cool. I mean, anytime I get Sami Zayn on TV talking, I'm okay with it because I know it's going to be good. Moving on, Matt Riddle took on Shorty G, a.k.a. Chad Gable. Matt Riddle came out, challenged Corbin. Corbin showed up, but it ended up being Chad Gable. So Corbin and I guess Shorty G are an alliance. Corbin watched from the side. Riddle hit Shorty with the Bro Derek and got the victory. Corbin tried to sneak attack, but Riddle saw it coming, kicked him out the ring. This led to their match at Payback. Any questions, comments, concerns?
No?
None for me on this one. I didn't catch it.
Okay. The next is the Golden Role Models. Who are they? Is that Sasha and Bailey?
Yes.
That definitely sounds like, I don't know, something you do in porn, which is disgusting, but nevertheless. Then the tag team champions were um, in the ring and they were talking. And Bailey's basically saying, "Yo, Sasha, you're the reason why you lost. Um, you're not that good about a women's champ. You're not that good of a Raw women's champion." Um, saying that she always loses belts, and she better not be the reason why they lose on Sunday. So then, from the Jumbotron or the Titantron, Shayna and my girl Nia Jax was out there talking spicy. While they were talking spicy about Bayley and Sasha, they even said, "Hey, we hate each other. Don't get it confused." So this was a little segment for their match at Payback.
Their little reluctant tag team angle right now it isn't working.
For Bayley and
No, for Nia, for Nia and Baszler, they need to work on that some more, or change the angle of just both be agreeing because I'm not buying it.
Here's my question: why is it whenever that they have a MMA fighter, a female MMA fighter in there, they have to give her the darkest eyeshadow possible? She has the exact same eyeshadow that Ronda would wear, which is that really dark shit, like that goes all the way up her eyes or her hair.
she's a warrior, Drew.
I personally don't think that Shayna needed it. I mean, she looked fierce without it.
That's the perception they have to give off. Swerve, are you saying that based on what happened at Payback, the end of the match
What?
with
Saying,
Nia Baszler?
yeah, but what point were you talking about? How they look or their reluctancy?
No, saying that they should switch it up.
Oh, I'm just talking about the promos.
Okay, I agree. I was really gonna agree based on the aftermath, but I agree. Moving on, Drew Gulak, Braun Strowman. This match was whatever. Did not need to happen. Drew Gulak got the Ham and Egger entrance where they came back from commercial talking about Clorox wipes. There he was standing in the middle of the ring.
Waiting for his squash to be served.
Exactly. This was, I don't know, but Pierce came out and got a signature from Strowman. And Swervy and I said this. I'm glad because I'm reading Bleacher Report. They actually brought this up. They said Strowman looked like he was cosplaying as Michael Hayes from back when he managed the Hardys.
Yeah, that outfit was making me sick.
Yo, I said, he looks like Michael Hayes. Drew, if Michael Hayes was in the WWE mid-COVID, what type of, I don't know, live wire promo segment will we get for him detailing the Roman Reigns comeback and the saga that is with him, Bray, and Braun?
Well, folks, here's what we got for you. First off, we have face masks. Now, you can get your face mask as a Rey Mysterio face mask. You can get an Ali face mask. It does not make you invisible, although you might think it will. We also have Roman Reigns bulletproof vests. These will not stop bullets, but you will beat all your friends in wrestling matches, guaranteed. But wait, we have the greatest thing ever for the pandemic to be at home. We have a cooler full of Steve Austin's beer to hold you over. Now, mind you, we are PG, so it's actually filled with Capri Sun, but you can dream. And that's Livewire on WWE Shop Zone with handsome Doc Hendricks.
Oh my God.
It's been a while.
Michael P.S. I'm always coked the fuck up. Hayes is more like it.
He always looks like he just did like 3 8-balls. And they're just like, oh shit, we need somebody to go out there. Hey, Michael, can you go out there? What? I can see the air.
Oh my God. Moving on. Lucha. Yo, I would hate myself if this was my music. Lucha House Party was in action. I don't care who won or who lost. But Lucha House Party, they got into another argument, but it ended with Kalisto hugging them. Whatever. Kalisto and Cesaro aren't capable of putting on a bad match, is the analysis. They were able to put on a fun encounter with just a few minutes in the ring. These are the matches that you put on when people are actually at the fucking show, who want to see a good wrestling match, not at home. Use this time to build other characters. Cesaro should be getting built, but he's not. No one cares about Grand Metalik or Kalisto. Those are guys who should only be reserved to be wrestling, at least on SmackDown.
I think in their minds, they are building Cesaro.
Into what?
Well, I don't know, but this is what the most singles matches he's had in a while. And I'm sure he's won this one, but
He could easily go off for 3 weeks and come back and get a Sheamus type of reintroduction. Honestly, I wanted to put Sheamus in Retribution.
so they're together, but they're apart, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but wouldn't it serve his character better if he didn't talk at all and was just an enforcer? Or am I tripping?
Oh, with Cesaro, yeah, for sure. He can be that guy. He might have to dress a little different, but maybe change his move. I don't want to say his move set, but his move flow. But I don't know. I'm not. I'm kind of over that Cesaro character. So.
Oh, you mean the character where just being not American makes you a character arc?
That's the Vince's handbook.
What'd you say?
I said that's out of the Vince's handbook.
Yes, it is.
You know from here, you evil.
Moving on. The Miz, John Morrison, and I'll hit his music. It's a shame, thing to a thing. He took on Big E and Heavy Machinery. Listen,
Big E was pumped.
Very pumped. We were supposed to get Miz TV, but Big E said, "Yeah, I'm not coming on the show. Let's wrestle." Heavy Machinery. I'm so confused with what they are. So I'll save that for another show. Big E deserves better than teaming up with two jamokes. He should be a singles competitor or a handicap match because I think he could beat Miz and Morrison by himself.
I think they're on the path to that, though. This is just one of those fluffs.
Yeah.
That you got to do in between. I think they're gonna give him a singles run. I mean, it's been kind of a storyline.
So this match actually first started where I think Sheamus actually came and ran out to help. I I could be wrong, but it ended though where there was a confusion over a tag, and then Sheamus ended up ditching the team. So Miz and Morrison lost due to Sheamus leaving. He basically David Otunga his way out of the match and said peace. And Big E ended up picking up the victory at the big ending.
Yeah, look forward to a Strowman Big E collision within the next couple of months.
Bleacher Report is predicting, and I want to get you guys' take on this. They're predicting Big E to compete for the Universal title by the end of the year.
I don't know about that. I mean, it is WWE, so we'll see.
I wouldn't say by the end of the year, but I would definitely say he's a candidate for the Royal Rumble winner and could challenge.
Wow.
But not win.
Royal Rumble winner? Damn.
Yeah, I would say that.
I haven't even. This is a shame on me. I haven't even thought that far out in advance. But
just look at who you got in that landscape over there of top guys only. I'm not going to ask you to consider everybody, but just the top guys. And a lot of them already held it. So,
are you calling Big E a top guy?
He's not all the way there yet, but he can be put in that picture by the time that I'm talking about. I mean, it's September right now.
Because I think if he were to win, wouldn't it give him the underdog, not Kofi, but the role of, look at where he came from and, basically pegging him as not being a top guy?
His whole thing, from the bits that I've seen, is it's him that's holding him back, not anybody else. He doesn't believe in himself. That's what I think his arc is.
Interesting. I don't know why that would be the case for him, but we'll see if that blossoms into something. It will be interesting if he does. I mean, if he does win the Rumble, or if he's pegged to be like one of the 8 guys, you got to get him on a New Day.
Well, I think he kind of is, with Xavier not being there and Kofi giving him the blessing to go on like it was, his ex. You know what I'm saying? So I think he kind of is out of it, even though he comes out to the music.
And he's still doing the New Day Rock spot as his warm up. He's hitting up on the D-pad.
Yeah, I mean, you can ride that train for a little bit longer, and until you get to where you need to be, and then,
What were you gonna say, Drew?
Did you guys take anything or any accounts into the Miz and Big E's trade-off during Talking Smack a few weeks ago? And did you think that maybe that might have hurt Big E's push at all in the company's eyes? Or are you aware of what I'm talking about at all?
I'm not aware. Please elaborate for me.
Well,
okay, so what's that?
I remember I was talking about it on here for just a second.
Yeah, so what happened was it was Talking Smack. Xavier Woods was supposed to be one of the co-hosts, but he didn't even know about the show. So he no-showed, and The Miz was one of the co-hosts. Big E was on there, and he was talking about Kofi's downward slide after losing his Universal Championship. And The Miz said if he just worked harder, he wouldn't have slid as far down as he did. Big E obviously was not happy about that comment at all, even though it did really seem like The Miz was just playing the WWE line.
Yeah.
Big E kind of pointed out that he asked The Miz straight out, did it take you 11 years? If it took you 11 years to get your first championship match, would you like hearing that? And obviously, Miz kind of got, a little bit irritated at that, and it definitely got tense. Do you think that kind of sass back from Big E in the company's eyes? Now, I'm not talking about just overall, but I'm talking about in the company's eyes, Vince's eyes. Do you think that hurts his push?
No, because I think that I won't say a similar story, but remember when I'll just throw his name out there. Benoit won the first title.
Yeah.
They talked about how long it took him to get it.
Yeah, but the thing is it's not even just talking about how long it took him, but
Mhm.
then like once he lost it, his slide down to the mid card again, and the Miz saying, "Well, if you just worked harder."
Oh, that wasn't a slide. That was just straight up fall off a cliff right
Yeah,
there.
he fell off a cliff.
He didn't even get a rematch, did he?
I don't think I don't
He did. He
unless
did.
it was
He fell off the cliff like Jarek in MK4. If anybody remembers that.
Oh yeah, no, I know, I remember that. Straight down.
I just think it's kind of messy to get a rematch.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: he lost to Brock, who is not going to be there, all the time. So Brock's matches are not going to be rematches, which sucks. But I think that they should have at least kept him in the main event picture, and not just been like, "Well, that was fun. You got yours. Now shut the fuck up."
Right. Right. Yeah, I don't think it'll hurt him. I don't know if that was unscripted, what the conversation was, but I mean, Big E's got potential. He definitely does, and he's getting older. Let's not lose out. Start to press the button on guys. Press the button at his age and not Keith Lee's age.
Yeah,
Or older, like Shinsuke, who's 40.
that's one of the things. Big E has been around for a while, and I think that he's fallen to almost that Apollo Crews level where he's just happy to be a New Day. Like, I think that he remembers what it was like almost losing his job because there was nothing for him. So he's happy being where he is,
It's
and
a
he has to
little
remember.
different though with Big E. I wouldn't say Apollo Crews level because there are times where you don't know Apollo Crews is employed.
No. I'm not saying like his level of being on the card. I'm saying mentality of, hey, I'm happy to be in my spot.
I don't even think it's that. They've gotten away with a lot of shit that an Apollo Crews can't. They've done a lot for this company. Apollo Crews doesn't have a cereal. Apollo doesn't get CGI.
Okay, I wasn't trying to compare the two and say that they're on the same level. So I think that maybe that came off wrong. I'm just saying like their mentality of, hey, I'm happy to be here.
No,
if I don't move up, that's fine.
I get what you're saying, Drew, but I'm giving you examples on Big E
right
and moving up. They hosted a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I think that's something to say when you are a damn good host too, by the way. I don't know.
You can say that they've been at a flat line, but it's been at a good position, and
Yes,
it's never dropped. It's never dropped off.
That I think is where I'm trying to go. Is I think he's happy being at that flat line. Like, I think in his own mind, he was satisfied being at that flat line because of where that flat line was.
And it's like,
I'm not,
hey, as long as I never drop below this, I'm not going to complain. Is that what you're kind of getting at?
yeah, it's almost like, I'm not getting a pay raise, but I'm getting $20 an hour, so I'm not really going to complain about it.
I think we can say that for a lot of guys. I mean, just look at how we were talking about Braun Strowman just until this year. I mean, wasn't he floating around in the same place?
Yeah,
Wasn't
definitely.
So it could be one of those situations where you're forced to give it to somebody else, and they just might, I mean, not all of the Royal Rumble winners were fantastic folks. I mean, and went on to be legends. I mean, you could do a lot worse, but I think he would be a good candidate for it this year, just given the popularity that he has, and as long as he maintains it by using the New Day theme and everything until it's time to let go of it. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
I personally think that he should have won the Money in the Bank over Otis. Because right now you're stuck with Otis having that briefcase. And you know they have absolutely no intention of making Otis.
I think they're
world
stuck with what to do with Otis.
They are stuck. Whereas if you put it on Big E, at least you can decide, like, okay, are we going to pull the trigger on this guy? Or are we just going to, like, let him lose? But at least you have that option.
Because that's something that I said to Mac, right, when we were watching the show.
Yep.
I said, damn, Otis is in this match, but he didn't get the pin. I thought that was kind of crazy. I'm like, I was happy for Big E, but at the same time, Otis is your Money in the Bank winner. He's a face Money in the Bank winner, not a heel Money in the Bank winner. So, typically the heel loses all their matches until it's time to cash in. This, you thought he would have been in the forefront of that particular match.
Well, the thing is that Otis was building off of Mandy Rose. But now Mandy Rose is building off herself. Otis has kind of pulled an Alexa Bliss and kind of, fallen off into his own little hemisphere. So it's like, what do you do with them? He has his golden ticket, but Chalk Factory's not open.
Oh, no, it is open. He's getting stabbed in jail, allegedly.
What?
I think the only thing that would happen to Otis right now that makes sense, and unfortunately it's not a good thing, unless the fans start to rally for this guy, is he gets screwed over by Mandy somehow.
Oh, no, I was going to say that. I was going to say a kayfabe injury.
No, this has to play out on TV, and the briefcase is given to someone else. They've done it before.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's the thing. It's like he doesn't cut promos. He can't understand what he's saying. He doesn't look the part. He's in a tag team. It's like giving the Money in the Bank briefcase to Road Warrior Hawk. Like, the fuck are you going to do with this?
I mean, Bubba went on his singles run.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
I mean, am I wrong in saying, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like the WWE is saying quietly, yeah, they're not a thing anymore.
No, they are definitely still a thing, and they still do like the vignettes and stuff. But here's the problem: if you go on Google and you type in a wrestler, give me a wrestler's name besides Otis. Any wrestler.
Tucker.
Tucker.
Tag
Okay.
team partner.
Gonna fucking do this to me? Okay. Give me somebody else besides somebody in heavy machinery. God damn it.
I will give you. No.
Angel Garza.
Yeah.
Angel Garza. Okay, so if you type in Angel Garza in Google,
I was gonna say Laparco.
the first thing that comes up is Angel Garza. That's the first thing that comes up. If you type in Otis, you're getting Otis Worldwide, which is a company that develops, manufactures, and markets elevators.
Oh, Titus got problems out there? I didn't know that.
That's Otis.
I know, I heard you.
Asians.
You actually, the wrestler Otis doesn't show up at all on the first page. That is a fucking problem.
Well, I mean, he need to do a OnlyFans or something to get his followers up. I don't know.
Mind you, the Jay-Z song Otis featuring Otis Redding is on the front page. The
well, that's not
wrestler
fair.
Otis, that song came out like 9 years ago, dude.
Bro, look at you with a hip hop take, bro.
No, it literally just says when it came out.
Bastard.
He threw the like in there to make it seem more natural. I hear you, Drew. Go ahead.
I actually commented, that's my shit.
I don't know how they've put themselves into a corner, and whatever idiot decided that Otis would be the Money in the Bank winner. I don't fucking know what they were on that day. Please, I don't get it. They put themselves into a corner. I don't know when the last time they put themselves into a corner like this. Like
It's
this
just
bad.
they book this so short term, complete short term. Instead of like looking at the big picture, they looked at super short term. And now you're stuck in a situation where who knows what's going to happen.
Much. Watching Payback, Dan sure felt like somebody was a Money in the Bank winner. That's what it looked like. It looked like somebody cashed in their Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looked like to me. I said, this is a Money in the Bank cashing. Same way, except a different prop.
Yeah, it's not Otis. It's somebody else.
All right. Moving on. The story of Postman Pierce. So Wyatt had another episode of the Firefly Funhouse. He celebrated giving the championship back and said it was good to see Reigns back in the WWE. The doorbell rang and it was Adam Pierce, dressed like a postal worker.
Huh. Oh, what the fuck? Former Ring of Honor or NWA champion dressed like a fucking postal worker.
Yeah. So he asked Wyatt to sign the contract. Wyatt, and this is something we talked about way before the guy even got to a match with the split personality, basically say, why are you asking me? You should be asking the Fiend. He still signed the contract up. Later in the show, Pierce was shown failing to get Roman Reigns to answer the door to sign the contract. And then even later when Gulag and Strowman tussled, he came out and signed the contract. So the last segment of SmackDown ended with Pierce finally in the locker room of Roman Reigns. Normally where they have any entertainer there, they just put his nameplate over the door. And Roman Reigns was in there and said he'll have to look over the contract, and he did. And he said, I'll be there at Payback. Didn't sign the contract. But he said, what was the line? That's
not a prediction, it's a spoiler.
Not a prediction, it's a spoiler. Camera pans to Roman's left, our right, and there's Paul Heyman saying, believe that. Whoever you're now watching, 2 words came out of my mouth. Oh shit. Oh shit. I was very happy. I was pleased. I was very happy. Finally. They are doing the right thing with Roman. He came back last week, and I said, I don't know if he's a heel yet. In my mind, I'm just trying to find the ways that he can make it seem like a 6-year-old watcher would say, he's a bad guy, Daddy.
He's a heel, damn it.
Yeah.
Listen, man, he was jacked, deplacked, and had a contract.
I was very excited to see Paul Heyman there and the possibilities that would be with him pairing up with Roman. I will say by the end of Sunday night, we'll get to it, that's all gone. I'll tell you why. What did you guys think, though?
I I was shocked to see Heyman. And
Well, Drew, let me ask you this. Here's my
Yeah.
question earlier. When I sent the text message, how long did it take for you to find out what happened?
which one? Which
On
text?
Friday. When I said,
I had seen that. I had seen that just a little bit after that. When you said "oh shit," I thought you were talking about Chadwick Boseman. Actually,
oh no, I didn't know about that until 2 minutes after Swerve left.
Yeah, right when I got home, I got that text. I was like, "What?"
Right.
Yeah, I'd seen that a little bit after SmackDown.
Mm.
That's the way to do it.
You cut out, bro. I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was gonna say, sorry, somebody was deciding to call me at that point in time. Yeah, if you're gonna get across that he's a heel, that's the best way to do it.
But do we foresee a SummerSlam match next year with him and Brock? When Paul Heyman has to choose between his two side pieces, like he did with CM Punk.
Well, you're gonna have to wait till our third segment.
Well, if that's the case, where Brock is going to be facing it, which I don't know if anyone likes or cares for,
He's going to be what again?
a face.
Well,
Unless this doesn't work
it
out.
didn't happen that way the first time, so it doesn't have to be.
I'm just saying they like to rehash.
He ain't been a face since what, 2002?
He'll be a face for 4 weeks, get the champion, then become a heel, and then you'll hate him again. Isn't that brilliant?
Look, I only hate Brock when he is part-time champion. If he's part-time, I got no problems with him.
You mean part-time without a belt?
Yeah, that's the only position he should be in. He doesn't need the belt.
Well, I got news for you, kid. He'll be part-time when he has a championship. He'll be no time when he doesn't have a belt. So if he's not competing for a championship or winning it, good luck. So that was the end of SmackDown. Drew, do you want to get to Dirt or do we want to do Payback?
That is up to you.
Can you pull up Payback for me? Let's go there.
Yes. We pull that up right now.
It's good to see Paul Heyman back, man. I'll say that.
He was never really on.
I know AJ Styles wasn't happy to see him.
Why you say that?
They don't like each other. Ever since Heyman got Gallows and Anderson fired, that's the reason AJ is on Raw, is because Heyman's on SmackDown.
Really?
Oh, you didn't hear that story?
No.
Yeah, he heard that that Heyman got him fired. He went to Heyman, and Heyman's like, "Yeah, it wasn't me. I promise you, it wasn't me. I wouldn't do anything like that. You know, I give you my word. I didn't get them fired."
Yeah, we dropped that story here a couple weeks back.
Yeah. So what did AJ do? He went right to the top. Vince McMahon. Hey Vince, who put in the recommendation to get Gallows and Anderson fired? Vince went, "It wasn't my call. It was Heyman's." So, yep. He was pissed.
Well, good for Paul Heyman.
You don't like him?
Who, Gallows and Anderson?
Yeah.
Fuck no. What do if I mean, Gallows. This looks like a bad Kevin Nash.
Gallows looked like he always has a bad tan.
And then I don't watch New Japan. So forgive me for this comment, but he looked like a big doofus with that star on his face, or whatever that was.
That's because he was formerly a big doofus.
Yeah, he was Festus.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's just who he is to me. I didn't really care for him. Look at the segments that he was in when he was actually wrestling. Him and Anderson.
Yeah.
No real growth in that character for me. But I could be wrong.
Well, I do have Payback pulled up. The first thing that we do have is the pre-show match. The Riot Squad defeating the Iconics in 9 minutes flat. Iconics have been taking L's after L after L.
That's a long.
What's that?
That's kind of a long time for them.
Yeah, and Monday's not going to get better.
Nope.
Then we start off with the main show. Apollo Crews defending the United States Championship against Bobby Lashley. And the Almighty wins by submission, defeating Apollo Crews and ending the greatest title reign that ever was or ever will be. Any thoughts on that?
I think there was they either made a mistake or Apollo maybe forgot or that he was a face, but he ran back in the ring and attacked him. So I don't know what that was.
I'm not happy to be here anymore.
Is this Lashley's first goal since coming back?
Yeah.
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah. He had the U.S. Championship when he first got there and got the same belt again.
You don't seem too happy, bro. I would take your Royal Rumble prediction and put Lashley in there as one of those 24 through 30 entrants superstars.
Yeah, I can see that. He won't win, but
No, yeah. Or he'll either be one of the late ones or somebody who's in there for an hour.
I don't know about that.
He won't be in there for an hour at that age.
Well, you're not doing anything. You and I can't compete in the Royal Rumble.
You're not gonna just be in the. You just gotta have me in the corner of the ring, just kicking me in the chest.
That's what they do for an hour. Find a corner, man.
That's holding me to death. You're not gonna be doing that.
Yeah. Imagine a COVID Royal Rumble where, like, if I bought a ticket and watched it in person, I would be really pissed if they took breaks every time they announced a new superstar. But just imagine now they can just pan away from the ring and guys can just take a break and they don't have to do anything now. Oh, man.
One guy lights a cigarette.
Right.
The COVID Royal Rumble will be just like the Royal Rumble on the video games where they can only have 6 people in the ring at all times, no matter what.
Probably.
The rings are coated in Lysol. Did you guys happen to see who made an appearance on the Thunderdome during the pay-per-view?
I did not.
Yeah, it was KO, but not that one.
It would be AEW Tag Team Champion Kenny Omega tuning in through the Thunderdome.
Wait, he was one of the fans?
Trusted him.
What kind of vetting process are we doing here, WWE? Who-
And if somebody was like, "Hey, is this actually you?" He's like, "Yeah, I just want to have some fun on a Sunday night." So yeah, there's no vetting process really. It's just, hey, don't wear AEW merch. What if
Yo,
I merch?
but I just heard Triple H in my head calling him a dick. Because that would be something Triple H would say. Guy's a dick.
The next match we had was Big E versus Sheamus. Big E did get the win in a match that lasted 12 minutes and 20 seconds. Not
Match
really much.
wasn't bad.
No, it was a good match. It is what it is, I guess. I mean, it's just a continuation of a feud nobody asked for.
Well, he's still with Jeff Hardy, so now he can move on to Big E.
I guess that's one of the bonuses to not watching every week, because this was the first time I saw it.
Hey, what's going on here?
The next thing that we did have was Matt Riddle taking on King Corbin. Matt Riddle did get the win.
First
It's
time
another-
I see this too. And I finally sat down, watched this guy wrestle, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't see what the big deal is. Am I alone?
It is also because he's wrestling King Corbin.
Well, no, not just that, but King Corbin, yeah, you're above now, bro. It's
What? Whoa, Matt! Did you just turn on your man's?
Yeah, it's over for him now.
I mean, just last week you was like telling me to chill.
Not
Just
yet.
last week.
Crazy what a pay-per-view would make you do, dog. I mean, pay-per-view.
So we not blaming Riddle here then. I need to watch one more time. Is what you're saying? Somebody else?
Oh, watch maybe a different match.
All right, I'll give it one more shot.
I don't really care for him either, though. Like, he's somebody who's, to me, backstage world, a little bit too big for his britches, and I don't really care for him. So,
How long before he's forced to wear shoes?
I'm surprised it hasn't already happened.
that's another thing. I don't like his.
I
thing.
can't stand wrestlers without shoes. That was the one thing I didn't like about Rusev when he was brand new. I can't stand it.
Yeah, not my bag. That might be just a me thing. I need to get over, but I don't really care for it.
Well, another thing that's a Mac thing that he needs to get over. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler.
Hey, hold on, Drew. Introduce her right, bro. Introduce her right. Newly what?
Coming in to hurt somebody.
No.
She should be a part of the Hurt Business.
Yo. Yo, relax.
Oh man.
Coming off of her debut album, Lizzo, along with Shayna Baszler.
You are.
Now, here's the thing. Nia Jax, the fuck did she do to her hair? I haven't seen her in a little while. Is that hair new?
Yo, I will say I saw the Raw promo. No, wait. I saw something, and I was like, "Yo, Nia, what are you doing? Fire your stylist. It's not a good look."
It's not a good look at all. It's like she wanted extensions. So they told her, listen, if you want extensions, we got to straighten your hair and make it blonde and make it look like shit. But after that, we can give you extensions. Okay, good.
But Drew,
Huh.
put some respect on my girl name, dog. What is she, bro?
I'm not like most girls because I'm swinging pipe down between my legs.
I'm gonna find a way to. I wish we had the entrance again because that would be you right there. Bookmark that shit. And if we theme again, that's gonna be your portion.
But yeah, her and Shayna Baszler did win the female tag titles.
You mean Shayna Baszler won?
Yeah. So Nia Jax has an ugly belt for her ugly hair. And Shayna Baszler has a belt to match the face.
This match wasn't anything too particular, but that finish was great. Yeah. And I think that it was a little too great, only because of who they were beating. Now, if this was like the Iconics, you could beat them that way, but Sasha and Bayley, I feel like they are still like multi-women's champions. You shouldn't be beating them with just one person.
I wanted to ask about this finish too. I want to spend a little bit of time here. It's a lot to unpack with this finish because it tells me a lot of things. One, it tells me that they don't really give a damn about Nia Jax because she didn't even partake in a finish. Number two, it showed me that this is just another angle in the Sasha and Bayley feud, quote unquote. Another thing they told me was they still consider Baszler to be a powerhouse, even though it doesn't look like she is. For her to make two people, and not just like Swerve said, the Iconics, but Bayley and Sasha tap and win the championship single-handedly, that's a lot. I don't know about you guys, but that tells me, yeah, you're 4 or 5 months away from being involved in either the Raw Women's Championship or the SmackDown Women's Championship conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine because she was at some point supposed to already be that. But it just, like I said, the only problem I have is who she beat with that particular finisher. But before they get there, her and Nia Jax are going to have to duke it out and, risk injury. So she might not ever make it. But they're the reluctant tag team, so that's the angle they're going to go with. They just need to work on those promos together because I can't stomach them.
Yo, after the match, after they won, Nia Jax is so fucking annoying. Yo, oh my God.
After the match?
Yeah. See it? Did you watch? Did you catch it, Drew?
No.
I forgot who was the girl who interviewed you, but she came in the ring and said, "Oh, congratulations." And it's like Baszler was trying to be serious, and then Nia Jax is just prancing her ass, literally prancing throughout the entire ring. We're the champs. We won. Oh my God, I can't believe it. We're the champs. Cutting off Shayna Baszler. It was so annoying. I mean, I don't know if she's like that in real life, but if she is, she's getting the fucking side of the road because I can't take that.
Well, it's let's bookmark that as well. That came out of Mac's mouth.
I mean, that reaction, and then what I saw on the promo with her and Shayna with her hair, it's one more strike.
I don't think that she is like that in real life because I feel like if she was, it would have been done better. I think that's her trying to act.
You too, or am I the only one?
I feel like she might have been hamming it up to get across the fact that they're not supposed to like each other. Like, I'm annoying Shayna Baszler. She's getting pissed off at me.
And don't get me wrong, Shayna's not doing too great either in that department. Like, you was like this tough chick, and then now all of a sudden you're just like taking, I don't know. It would look when I think about those kind of tag teams that pulled it off well. It was Austin and Michaels, Angle and Benoit, people like that. So maybe the bar's too high. I don't know.
Well, the problem is that Shayna Baszler has the personality of a potato. And Nia Jax is not used to working with people that she's not hurting. So it's a weird mix.
Yeah.
But the next match we had was Randy Orton
Hey.
taking on Lamar Wilson, Keith Lee with new updated music.
This
Keith Lee,
was gonna be my match of the night.
really?
It was, but it was a tad too short.
That's what she said.
Not to me.
Shortest match of the night, 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Keith Lee does get the win. He went home and filmed himself opening his latest Funko Pop mystery box.
Lamar Wilson. Hey guys, Lamar Wilson here. Yo, clean? Like, what am I missing here?
You're not missing anything, bro. Let me just rewind you back to when Bobby Lashley beat Roman Reigns clean at pay-per-view.
So that absolutely meant nothing.
I'm afraid it might not. I wanted to be in that camp of, oh, shoot, he gonna get pushed to the moon. But then I thought about that. I said,
Maybe this is Randy Orton showing up as detractors and doing the JOB.
Hey.
What is that?
What the hell was that?
What do you mean?
There was like some real bad static on our headphones for a little bit.
White Noise 3?
Was there a white noise too?
Probably straight to DVD. I'm just assuming it was, so I said 3. Did you pop another can of that yak?
I did not.
Mac, you opening some beans over there?
You can smell me?
Dude. Nah. Thank God I can't.
So the next match that we had.
Now,
What's that?
when Swerve left, yeah, it went down. It was like I was conducting a meeting, and the first order of business was to pray to the porcelain god. Know what I mean?
Grown man can't hold his wings, huh?
Also, you were correct. There is a white noise too.
Yeah, I kind of figured. There's always a part 2 that nobody ever watches.
And it was direct to DVD. So the next thing that we had was Dominic and Rey Mysterio taking on Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy in the longest match of the night. 16 minutes. Dominic and Rey get the win. What you guys think about this?
I wasn't nowhere near as pumped for this one as I was for the first one.
Yeah. What about you, Mac?
Say it one more time.
What do you think about the Mysterios versus Rollins and Murphy?
It was like 3 seconds where I thought, yo, he's going to turn on his father. But then he made a hot tag, and I was just like, whatever. You let Dominic get the victory.
Yeah, and I think that's why I wasn't pumped, because I kind of knew it was going to be Buddy Murphy taking the pin. And Dominic getting the victory. Like, I just felt it.
Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I wasn't excited.
Yeah, it was definitely like we got Dominic's first match at SummerSlam. We didn't need to see him again.
Do you guys want him to go to NXT or go away?
He needs to go. He needs to get better. He needs to go to the Performance Center and get better. So he should probably get injured, quote unquote, and be off TV for him to actually learn how to be a pro wrestler before coming back.
He's
I feel like he could just Shane McMahon his way through life.
Yeah, but Shane just jumped off his shit. You know, Dominic's not jumping off of shit.
Not yet.
I just don't know what the end game is.
Well, we might not ever find out. Who knows?
You mean for this angle or for Dominic in general?
Either.
Both. Yeah.
'Cause I think the angle is tied up as we'll discuss later, but yeah.
And then lastly, we have The Fiend and Braun Strowman wrestling for about 10 minutes before Roman Reigns makes it a triple threat and comes in
Roman
and gets
came
all
out.
the group assignment.
And Roman came out and said, "Give me that contract so I can bust like a bubble." Heyman and Roman together. Now you know you in trouble. Ain't nothing but a heel turn, baby.
How long were you rehearsing that?
I rehearsed it earlier.
He was in the mirror like, you will make this rhyme.
Oh, that was dope. That was dope. But you're not getting that. You're not getting that X from me, bro. I'm not turning my chair around for that.
Oh man.
Y'all,
But seriously, that was all Heyman's playbook. He just inserted. That was all Heyman's playbook. He just inserted a new wrestler.
yo, listen. I was about to say because I thought it was Bray, Braun, and Brock because he literally did the exact same thing that Brock Lesnar would do. He did what his shirt says: come in, fuck shit up, and leave.
The only thing that disappointed me about this was that he had the same old music.
Yep.
After the fourth time, is the ring collapsing because of a superplex getting just a little old?
Well, you know what? It is. And I was in my head saying, "Oh, well, the match is over. This is how they're gonna save everybody and keep the belt on the Fiend." And I was like, "Oh, they're gonna continue to wrestle for a little bit." So that was the one part that was different.
Charles Robinson sold that bump, though, like Walmart with TVs on Black Friday. He sold the fuck out of it.
Yeah, he did. Why do I feel like he, I don't know, may have practiced and got the bump for bump on the same way the referee in a video game would do it?
Yeah, because he like jumped out of the ring.
Oh, yeah. And went over the ropes. Yeah, he definitely did.
But it is telling that they had Roman pin Braun instead of Bray. This helps preserve Bray's character and gets the title on Roman.
Yeah, because do you guys know why?
Is this going to rhyme?
No,
Oh, I don't know why.
it's not. But and this probably isn't any dirt that I'm spoiling, but everybody knows Goldberg is still employed with the WWE, right?
Yes.
So, in case you didn't know, now you do.
I broke some news on Dirt, and it was Roman and Goldberg going back and forth. I feel like a Saudi show's right around the corner.
Well, this might not be Saudi though. They want this on their main stuff because they tried to get it already on there that didn't work.
At the Thunderdome?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna happen in one of these big four, big five pay-per-views. You guys ready to? You guys got your shovels ready?
We do.
All right.
Let's get dirty.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
So I want to start this off with an in memoriam. I know we mentioned two legends passing, but we have to have a moment of silence for another passing. And Swerve, I don't know if you're ready for this. The Big Show is canceled.
Ah!
So Abby, being the spoiler that he is, started off my Tuesday morning with this news. So yeah, I was well aware. I've had some time to settle down into it, and while I'm not okay with it, I just don't understand how the good family content is being removed off TV while the smut remains.
This fucking guy.
Are you
So,
watching that smut?
I mean, I don't support it. It's the difference between watching and support.
Okay.
Now watch it. Do you guys watch Inside the NBA at all?
One of my favorite shows.
Okay. Well, you are familiar with Shaq being on that show, correct?
I am.
Well, he recently renewed his contract with Inside the NBA.
Fine.
But
Damn,
he
I
has
thought say we go get Shaq versus the Big Show finally.
No, he actually has a caveat in his contract, though. And that is he gets a match in AEW. Because of the fact that Inside the NBA is on TNT, he did say that he wanted a match in AEW as part of that new agreement, and he went to it with Cody Rhodes.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Is Stevie Ray on the podcast right now?
If you would have said like Lance Archer or somebody, I would have bought it. But what?
I mean, it's Shaq. What do you expect?
Well, Drew, I want to know, do you hate this? Do you love it?
I love it. I love it because it's going to bring attention to AEW.
All right, just making sure. That's all I was asking.
I mean, this is a company ran by the same people who run the Jacksonville Jaguars, so I don't have too much hope. Because they've literally got rid of every good player that they have for a new washer and dryer.
I'm for them to cut Cody Rhodes next.
Seriously. The next bit of news that we do have is Excalibur coming back to Dynamite next Wednesday.
Time heals all wounds, huh?
Hey, I noticed that they did the one that's not preempted for the NBA playoffs, by the way. I think maybe they should wait just a little bit longer. Maybe when, our country is not on fire for racial tension, to bring back a guy who you took off for racist reasons. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just a little bit too cautious. What do I know? I don't run a wrestling promotion.
I feel like we should, though. Just imagine we ran our own promotion. Oh, man.
It would be heel versus heel every night.
Yep. Start with Nia Jax would be our first champion.
We'd be bankrupt in a week. We would hire Hulk Hogan just to have somebody fight him, and not tell him.
It was 3 heels in our main event of Payback. What are you talking about? Oh, and by the way, just going back really quick, I, as an overall package, I thought Payback was pretty good, and just a tad better than SummerSlam. What was your guys' thoughts?
I'll agree.
I will definitely agree.
It's a few times that we all agree on something.
That quickly, right?
Nia Jax. Have you noticed that she's been wrestling just a little bit differently since she came back? She's been a lot. She's been a lot gentler, almost. Word is that after the last injury that she caused, which was Kairi Sane's, she was yelled at backstage by Vince directly, and apparently she was notified by several agents that if she injured another wrestler, she would be getting her future endeavors.
And I'm pretty sure you went in the back and jerked off like a madman.
Oh man, the best kind, dude. The one where you can't get up afterwards, like it's just it's no one for the knees. The one where as soon as the neck comes out, man, you just pass out.
Damn, Drew, you curl your own toes to that one?
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
The only thing my neighbors heard was "No, Jill."
Not man. Get up after. Damn.
Word on Retribution. They are going to be brand exclusive now. So Retribution, you will no longer be seeing on SmackDown. They are Raw exclusive.
Oh, that must mean they care about them.
Nothing says, "Hey, we're rebellious and against authority," like saying, "Okay, which brand are we on?"
A
A
lot of shit going on.
A couple more pieces that I got. The Dominic and Rey Mysterio angle may be on the back burner for now. This is because Rey Mysterio suffered a torn tricep at Payback.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a legit injury.
Yeah, so no word yet on what they're going to be doing with this angle, but yeah, Rey Mysterio is once again on the shelf. This is another in the long line of injuries that he's gotten since his comeback.
I think Dominic ready for his singles push, man. Go on, give him the belt.
Isn't he like 50 now?
He's getting up there. He's definitely at least 40. Let me actually take a look to see how old he is actually. 45.
Yeah, right. It's time to sit down, bro.
WWE announced that they have came to mutual parting of the ways with NXT commentator Mauro Ranallo.
Wow.
So Mauro is no longer with the company. Both sides confirmed it. Both sides says it was mutual. This is part of the reason why Wade Barrett was commentating on NXT, is he was replacing Mauro. Speaking of being done with the company, and this is the biggest news of the week. If you go on WWEshop.com, hosted by Handsome Doc Hendricks, you will notice that there's a wrestler missing and all their merch missing from the website. And that is because officially Brock Lesnar is done with the WWE. He is no longer under contract. They have taken all of his merchandise off the website. And apparently he is shopping around to different places like UFC. And even some have said even AEW.
Brock's just doing this to get that pay raise.
Well, it's very telling now of the fact that Paul Heyman is with Roman instead of letting him come back with Brock. The fact they put him with Roman kind of shows that they want Paul still there, but they know they're not getting Brock.
We already been down this path. It's gonna be all right.
And that's all I got. Mac, you got anything?
No, I just saw that Brock news too. He'll be back.
That's what they said about CM Punk.
He's still alive, man. The company's still here. Relax, Drew.
Wait till I don't know, mid-November, December, there'll be a call placed. And it
Brock's
won't be
gifts.
And then they're gonna have a triple threat match with all three Paul Heyman guys.
Hi, yes, Brock Lesnar, please. This is Vince McMahon.
Do you want to go on to Raw then?
I like it raw.
We do have something from Abby. Just want to let you know.
Okay. Did you want to pull up Raw, or did you want me to pull it up?
Can you pull it up, please?
Let me try to pull it up right now. Okay. So, it's going to. So it looks like we are getting a tournament for the number one contendership of the WWE Championship, and the first qualifier was Keith Lee taking on Dolph Ziggler. It's not really surprising.
When you need a fall guy, you call Dolph.
Oh yeah, when you need a fall, you call him. The remaining member of the Spirit Squad did not get the win here, and so Keith Lee did get the win and moves on to the number one contender triple threat match. The next match that we had, or the next segment, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax were arguing backstage, and Asuka interrupted them. She wanted to know who was going to be challenging her at Clash of Champions. The Raw Women's Champion demanded a challenger in the ring, and Mickie James walked out. Lana and Natalya interrupted, stating that the Queen of Hearts deserved the title as the leader of the locker room, and a brawl broke out with Mickie and Asuka as the only two standing. Mickie then hit the Mick kick on Lana and pinned her, because apparently that turned into an impromptu match. But yeah, it looks like Mickie James wants to be the next one up, even though the last time that we saw her, it was being interrupted by a Samoa Joe promo. Next match that we got is Randy Orton taking on Kevin Owens in a number one contender qualifier. Obviously, Orton's going to get the win. He beats Kevin Owens by RKO. So Kevin Owens is stuck doing his talk show and being caught in videos that he doesn't want to be doesn't want to be a part of. Next thing that we have is 6-man tag action. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, MVP, taking on Cedric Alexander and the Viking Raiders. And play your lottery tickets, please, because Cedric Alexander got a pinfall on TV. Holy shit. Cedric and the Viking Raiders get the win over the Hurt Business. It didn't last long for his happiness, though, as the Hurt Business beat the shit out of him backstage. Next segment that we have is number one contendership match for the WWE Women's Tag Titles. The caveat to this match is the winner will get a title shot. The losing team has to disband. The Iconics versus the Riot Squad. And the Riot Squad did get the win in this match. That means that they will be facing the team of Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler for their belts. And the Iconics are forced to disband from WWE. Well, they're not fired. They just can't be a tag team anymore. Is that a good move by WWE? I mean, they are like one of the only like actual tag teams that the women's division has. But Vince loves breaking up his tag teams.
I know they weren't really making any noise while they were the tag team champs. They weren't even on TV. So
They were on like Instagram and their social media platforms because that's really how wrestlers get over nowadays. Since Vince is too worried about dumb shit like the 24/7 belt.
oh, you follow them?
I do. And the last match of the qualifier for the triple threat number one contender match, Seth Rollins taking on Dominic Mysterio. Obviously, Seth Rollins gets the win here after a curb stomp on Dominic. There really wasn't any drama here. You could tell that Dominic really didn't even have a chance. Obviously, who are you going to be putting in the number one contender match? Seth Rollins. Next thing that we have is a tornado tag match. Street Profits against Andrade and Angel Garza. This match goes to a no contest after Retribution show up. Then we have Raw Underground, where, let's see, it looks like Titus O'Neil makes his Raw Underground debut, taking out a pair of Ham and Eggers. Riddick Moss stepped up to him, and the two brawled until Moss went low and got a knockout. Jessamine Duke dominated a woman. That's a nice way to put it. And then kicked her out of the ring. That set off another female competitor, whom Marina Schaefer cut off and took down in seconds. Peyton Royce then sent Billy Kay into the ring alone to get beaten down by Duke and Schaefer. In the Raw Underground main event, Apollo Crews walked in confidently with Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. He faced
Apollo Crews main event.
Raw Underground.
Oh, okay.
He walked in confidently with Ricochet and Cedric. He faced Shelton Benjamin, only for the brawl to quickly break down. Hurt Business took out the trio and faces and stood tall. And then in the main event of Raw, we had the triple threat match to determine who was the number one contender for the WWE Championship. At the end of the match, Seth Rollins did end up going for the curb stomp on Keith Lee, only for it to be turned into a spirit bomb. Keith Lee looked to be poised to take the match. However, he just walked right into a surprise RKO, and Orton ended up pinning Rollins to get the win.
They still got the condom on Keith Lee the day after, huh? I like it.
Yeah, they made sure to pin Seth Rollins to Keith Lee. But it's going to be Orton against Drew McIntyre once again.
Seth Rollins is creeping his way back up, though.
Yeah,
He's done playing around with the kiddos.
for now.
How much does this company love Keith Lee?
Time will tell. He looks to be the new shiny toy.
I'm still shocked he got over it the way he did on Orton at Payback. I might be the only one, but I'm like, yo, wow. Hottest heel in the company. Even over Seth. And you put him down like that?
Well, like I said, he is the shiny new toy. So let's see what's happening in 3 months.
I hear you, but all right.
Because in 3 months, he might just be working the pre-shows. I mean, don't forget, Samoa Joe is headlining pay-per-views at one point.
Don't remind me about Guam Joe, okay?
Did we have any other thoughts on Raw?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't have everything.
All right, then let me pull up Abby's question.
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. He says, boys, I got my favorite Jim's Steakout treat today. The Frenchie. Steak and mushroom and onions in a cheesy mess. It's fantastic. What is your go-to at Jim's? And has Drew finally had a stinger? Oh, and since Swervy will bring it up, I do not get special sauce or any sauce for that matter. I am too good for condiments on my food. Change my mind.
Well, to answer his question, no, I have not had a stinger, and I don't eat at gyms, so I can't answer that question.
Did you hear the uppity response from Drew?
Yeah.
I only swim on the North Shore. I don't eat at gyms.
Abby, did you send that email at 2 in the morning, bro? The only acceptable time to eat gyms?
And even that's suspect.
Exactly. Gyms is savage food, okay? Ultimate savage food. I mean, I gotta be in the food buying the order from there. I don't have a go-to.
What about you, Swerve?
Oh, I always get a Frenchie with no mushroom.
Oh.
Oh, wait, no, I don't. I don't. I get a Diablo. That's what I get. And I don't know how the hell he eats those things dry. Just like swallowed sandpaper.
Is that something that you're familiar with?
What's that?
Swallowing sandpaper?
Is this your attempt at a joke? I wasn't paying attention.
No, I'm asking.
Yes, true. I swallowed sandpaper before.
Right.
Now let's close the show.
That's something I know about you now. All
I
right.
still gotta cook this chicken.
Why don't you play us out?
Boys.
What did you say? 2 miles away?
I was just saying the hostility. Jeez.
I'm not being hostile.
Swervy, do you eat El Diablo or are you a El Diablo? Jeez. Anyway.
Yeah, that's all I've got for tonight. Thank you all. Remember to find us on YouTube.
Oh, man. Well, guess what? We don't have to review a pay-per-view next week, so that's amazing. At least I don't think. As Swervy was saying, yes, you can find us on YouTube. YouTube. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Listen. Hit us on Twitter. Hit us on Facebook. Everything is No Pyro Podcast. Continue to listen on SoundCloud and subscribe there as well. But my name is Toby Mac, aka TBD Mac, aka Sick Flair. In the building, No Chill Drew, Swervy Lee. We out this bitch like a newborn. Doses.